On the broadcast tonight, finals are just around the corner, and we have some last-minute tips.
And Shippensburg is preparing to celebrate Kwanzaa this weekend.
All of that and more right now on SUTV News. Thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Adam Beam.
And I'm Victoria LaPrince. The end of the semester is upon us, along with the arguably most important week, finals week. In order to have an easy and rewarding week, staying on top of your sleep schedule should be a primary focus. Now that you're well rested, spending time studying early and taking breaks often will help you learn in a relaxed and thought-provoking environment. Don't forget to make flashcards or Quizlets and attend review sessions or contact teachers if you have any last-minute questions that are stressing you out. Congratulations, graduates of 2021. Whether you're leaving with a master's, bachelor's, or doctorate, the mixture of anxiety and excitement is the same for all of us. While we're all excited, let's not forget some last-minute things in preparation for commencement on December 11th at 11 a.m. If you're attending, remember your tickets for your guests, otherwise they will not be allowed into the ceremony. If you have more guests than tickets, commencement will be broadcasted on Comcast Community Access Channel 1070, as well as live streamed online. Lastly, all holds in your accounts must be paid off prior to graduation, otherwise you will not be able to attend commencement. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to email commencement@ship.edu. If you have a class next semester you need dropped or changed or wish to clean up that spring schedule, now's your chance to do so. Students can now go to the registration window through My SHIP portal in order to and make changes to their current spring 2022 classes. This is similar to the original registration for classes. Simply find the course, subject, class number, or information of that degree, locate the class you want to take, and drop the one you're replacing with. However, it should be noted that if you haven't already registered for your winter or spring classes, you must receive an alternate PIN from your academic advisor. If you have any issues or questions, you can contact the Register office at 717-477-1381.
It's celebration time at Shippensburg University. This Saturday, the Office of Multicultural Student Affairs will be having its end-of-the-year Kwanzaa celebration. This event is a time to celebrate personal achievements as well as don MSA graduating students with kentas. The Kwanzaa celebration is a free event and is open to everyone. There will be free food, music, and live entertainment. Stop by the Cub NPR at 3 o'clock Saturday evening and celebrate another wonderful semester. Has this semester given you something to be angry about but you haven't had an outlet to do? Well, APB has you covered once again with another fun event for students to de-stress before finals. Tomorrow, Friday, December 3rd, from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m., students can smash plates, slice some fruit, and smash a beat-up car with a sledgehammer, as APB will be hosting their annual end-of-the-semester Rage Room. And don't worry, students, APB will be keeping safety a #1 priority. Hard hats, gloves, and safety goggles will be provided to all students upon arrival. If you're looking for this event, it will be located in the C7 lot located across from Luhrs Performing Arts Center.
When we come back in world news, Barbados is celebrating its independence from England.
We have more after the break.
An archbishop has resigned after reports of an intimate relationship.
SUTV's Stefan Gergashanov has this week's world news.
A French Roman Catholic archbishop has resigned amid reports of an intimate relationship between him and a woman. Thursday, the Vatican said Pope Francis accepted the resignation of Michel Aupetit. He served as the Archbishop of Paris. Last week, a French magazine reported Aupetit accidentally exposed the alleged affair in 2012 when he mistakenly sent a romantic email to his secretary instead of the woman. Aupetit denies anything happened between him and the woman. His resignation comes as the Catholic Church deals with the aftermath of a report which claims members of the clergy in France have sexually abused 216,000 children over the past 7 decades. At the stroke of midnight on Tuesday, Barbados cut its last remaining bonds to the British monarchy after nearly 400 years. In a vibrant celebratory ceremony on Monday evening, the Caribbean island removed Queen Elizabeth II as head of state and inaugurated its first ever president. Prince Charles, heir to the British throne, spoke at the official festivities marking the island's historic transition from realm to republic, and watched as the royal standard flag was lowered from the flagpole and the new presidential standard raised in its place. Colombian authorities seized hundreds of arachnids at the airport as part of an illegal animal trade bust. The tarantulas, scorpions, and roaches were packed in plastic recipients and on the way to Germany. According to a statement from the Colombian Department of Environment, 2 German citizens had the animals in their luggage and intended to take them home for academic purposes. The arachnids had been collected and were being transported without the proper permits. Another student has died from injuries sustained during Tuesday's school shooting in Michigan. According to Oakland County officials, 17-year-old Justin Schilling passed away in an area hospital Wednesday. Authorities say Schilling was one of 4 people killed and 7 others injured after a 15-year-old student opened fire at Oxford High School Tuesday afternoon. The suspected shooter is in police custody. County officials report he was a sophomore at the school. The school district has closed all of its schools for the rest of the week as the community tries to deal with the tragedy. Tuesday's shooting in Oxford is the U.S.'s deadliest shooting since May 2018, when 8 students and 2 teachers were killed at a Santa Fe high school in Texas. That's it for this week's World News. I'm Stefan Girgishanov. Now back to Adam and Victoria at the desk.
When we come back in entertainment, Stephen Sondheim is dead at 91.
We have more after the break.
If you look
So Victoria, the weather was a lot nicer today, but that wind was killing.
It definitely was. I almost got blown away just getting to the studio today. So now let's go over to Carmine Chicatano, who has this week's weather.
Thanks, guys. So tonight, it'll be a little bit breezy and temperatures will drop into the upper 30s. Tomorrow, highs rebound into the upper 40s with some partly cloudy skies, making for an overall pleasant day. Moving into the weekend, the forecast is looking partly sunny with highs hovering around the mid-40s on Saturday. Sunday, the temperature will be in the 40s all day. However, now the clouds will begin to roll in along with the possibility of some rain in the evening. Looking ahead towards finals week, the clouds hang around through the beginning of the week, and so does that chance of rain on Monday. Tuesday is looking colder with a high of only 39 degrees. And on Wednesday, the chance of rain comes back as temperatures drop into the evening hours. There's also a possibility of some rain turning into some sleet. Well, with that, there's only one more week to go, so good luck to everyone on their final exams. That's it for this week's weather. I'm Carmine Chicatano. Now let's send it over to Sarah Cox with this week's entertainment.
Just over a week ago, the musical theater world was hit with the tragic passing of beloved composer Stephen Sondheim. SUTV's Adam Beam looks back on his legendary career.
His words and lyrics defined a generation of Broadway's vast history, and his shows have been a staple of theater companies all over the world. Stephen Sondheim, the beloved playwright, has passed away at the age of 91. The death was confirmed by lawyer and longtime friend F. Richard Pappas, who said that the death was sudden and that Sondheim had no signs of any prior illnesses. Sondheim began his career in the late 1950s, writing the lyrics for musicals like West Side Story and Gypsy, but it was the mid-1970s and 80s that would put his name on the map, writing some of the most critically acclaimed musicals of all time. Shows like Company, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, Sunday in the Park with George, and Into the Woods, just to name a few. With the news of Sondheim passing, many current performers and Broadway veterans took to social media to remember the man who changed so many of their lives. Bernadette Peters took to Twitter with, quote, "I am so sad to lose my friend Stephen Sondheim. He gave me so much to sing about. I loved him dearly and will miss him so much. Thank you for all the gifts you gave to the world, Steve." Steven Spielberg, who directed the upcoming film adaptation of West Side Story, released the following statement, quote, Steve and I became friends only recently, but we became good friends, and I was surprised to discover that he knew more about movies than almost anyone I'd ever met. When we spoke, I couldn't wait to listen, awestruck by the originality of his perceptions of art, politics, and people, all delivered brilliantly by his mischievous wit and dazzling words. I will miss him very much, but he left a body of work that has taught us and will keep teaching us how hard and how absolutely necessary it is to love. Following his passing, the cast and crew of the latest revival of Company took to the stage before the show began with this message.
All of us on this stage, cast, musicians, crew, dedicate tonight and going forward for our entire run to Stephen Sondheim.
Yes.
And this past Sunday, the whole of Broadway, past and present, gathered in Times Square with a performance of the song Sunday from Sunday in the Park with George to pay their respects. For SUTV Entertainment, I'm Adam Beam.
6 months after it was revealed he was suffering from Alzheimer's, Tony Bennett took the stage for the final time. Performing with Lady Gaga on his 95th birthday at Radio City Music Hall, Bennett sang not only his signature song, I Left My Heart in San Francisco, but also classics such as Fly Me to the Moon and a duet with Gaga titled Love for Sale. Lady Gaga did get emotional talking about Bennett before he took the stage, saying, quote, he's my friend, he's my musical companion, and he's the greatest singer in the world, and I'm counting on you, New York, to make him smile. So you better cheer, you better yell, you better laugh, you better cry, you better give your soul, end quote. To which New York did by giving him none other than a standing ovation before singing a single note when he took the stage. Due to his illness, it was said that there were times he didn't know where he was or what was going on around him, but didn't miss a single thing on stage that night. His wife said, quote, he became himself. He just turned on. It was like a light switch, end quote, about his final performance. So while Tony Bennett may not take the stage again, his heart will forever be left in ours. Spider-Man No Way Home is making headlines again as it's breaking box office sites across the nation, something that hasn't been seen since 2019 with titles such as Avengers Endgame and Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Fans are eager to secure a spot in theaters when the movie hits the big screen December 17th. The tickets went up for sale at midnight on November 29th and held visitors on hour-long online queues to get the opportunity to purchase a ticket. This surge of excitement gives a positive sign for the movie theater industry since something like this hasn't been experienced since the start of the pandemic. Senior media analyst at ComScore Paul Durgarabdian said, quote, it would be entirely fitting that a Spider-Man movie could potentially be the first pandemic-era release to break the $100 million opening weekend mark, end quote. This could be said due to the fact that Sam Raimi's 2002 Spider-Man was the first film in history to open to more than $100 million at the box office. So if you were lucky enough to score a ticket to see the new Spider-Man action take place, then we will see you in theaters December 17th. It's December, and that officially means it's the holiday season, and with the weather getting colder, now's the time to bundle up and watch your favorite festive shows and movies. SUTV's Adam Beam gives us a guide to the essentials this year.
Whether it's George Bailey learning the magic of the holidays or John McClane leaping off of skyscrapers, this time of year has plenty of viewing options for those young and old. You can never go wrong with classics like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Home Alone and Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, and the Santa Claus trilogy, as well as animated offerings like A Charlie Brown Christmas and countless stop-motion specials by Rankin Bass. But if you're looking to mix things up this year, here are some underrated gems for you and your families. If you're looking for some laughs, you'll be sure to find them in the Seth Rogen comedy The Night Before. If you want action to go with that hot cocoa, you can check out the recent Mel Gibson Santa movie Fat Man, or check out the ongoing Marvel Disney Plus series Hawkeye. While Die Hard is always an essential in the Beam household, some other beloved alternative holiday flicks include Batman Returns, Krampus, and Gremlins. Of course, if you like your festivities to be more animated, then there's delightful cartoon offerings like Arthur Christmas, and the Oscar-nominated Netflix film Claus. However, nothing says the holidays like A Christmas Carol, and there are so many countless adaptations. Some of the best versions to check out this year include Scrooged with Bill Murray, and the Yuletide regular A Muppet's Christmas Carol starring Michael Caine. And finally, when all else fails, you're bound to find a month-long marathon of countless Hallmark originals. For SUTV Entertainment, I'm Adam Beam.
That's it for SUTV's entertainment. I'm Sarah Cox. Let's send it back over to Adam and Victoria at the desk.
When we come back in sports, football is kicking their way into all-region honors.
We have more after the break.
On Sunday, women's basketball took on Salem University. SUTV's Jack Ainsley has the highlights.
On Sunday, the Shippensburg women's basketball team took on Salem. Raiders started the game on a 9-point run with baskets from Pattis and Mills. Raiders defensively pitched a shutout for the first few minutes of the game until Gonzalez scores the bucket in the paint and Salem gets on the board. Final seconds of the first quarter, Lauren Pettis steps up in the paint and puts in the two. Raiders end the first quarter with a 36-15 lead. Middle of the second quarter, Miller takes the pass through the lane and draws the contact and the foul to get the extra chance at the line. Raiders going into the half of 56-33. On to the third quarter, Raiders with a 64-41 lead. George with the drive out to Mills, passes to Colbert, who fires from three and hits it. Later in the third quarter, Gibbons shoots from behind the arc, and it's good. Raiders with the 81-50 lead going into the fourth quarter. 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Baker hits the free throw, puts the Raiders in the triple digits for the first time since 2014. Raiders will go on the win, 103-67. After the win, Treasure George was named the PSAC Offensive Player of the Week, scoring 12 points in the win. Lauren Pettis was also honored with the PSAC Defensive Player of the Week with her 14 points in the Raider win. For SUTV Sports, I'm Jack Ainsley.
Women's basketball returns to the court on Friday when they take on Mercyhurst. In football, Raiders place kicker Jackson Montross was named to the 2021 Division II Conference Commissioners Association All-Super Region 1 second team as voted by the region's sports directors. The freshman was the first ship kicker named to the team since 2005. This season, Montross went 15 for 21 on field goal attempts and only missed one place kick under 40 yards. On point after attempts, Jackson was 40 for 43 and made 20 in a row to conclude the season. Montross additionally set a school record in the season opener with a 50-yard kick against West Virginia State. This award is Montross's second postseason award, as he was also named to the All-PSAC East first team in November. Women's basketball has a busy weekend ahead for them. On Friday night, the Raiders will be matched up against Mercyhurst at Higas Fieldhouse. Last time Ship took on the Lakers was in 2018 as Mercyhurst beat Ship 79-74. And on Saturday, Ship will be home once again against PSAC rival Gannon University. These teams last met in the 2020 PSAC Championship, where Gannon lifted the trophy after beating Ship. Men's basketball has a similar looking weekend to the women's team as they also square off twice at Higas Fieldhouse. Friday night, the men battle Mercyhurst, who they last met in the PSAC semifinals and beat 59-51. Saturday, they square off with Gannon, who they haven't matched up against since 2018, which resulted in a Shippensburg win. Friday and Saturday's games will start off at 7:30, and the admission is free for all Ship students. You can catch all the action on ShipRaiders.com. That's all for sports this week. I'm Mackenzie Mitchell. Back to Adam and Victoria at the desk.
When we come back, you can now stay in the classic house from Home Alone.
Stay tuned. Home Alone fans have a shot at renting out this house from the movie for one night this month. Airbnb says it will be open for booking in a Chicago area home on December 7th. The stay is scheduled for the 12th. Nabbing the overnight will likely be difficult, but the stay only costs $25. This offer coincides with the release of a new movie in the series called Home Sweet Home Alone. If you're too young to remember, Home Alone came out in 1990. It featured Macaulay Culkin as a young boy left to protect his house from two buffoonish burglars.
You know, Victoria, the Home Alone movies are always a favorite, and with so many iconic traps, I gotta ask, which one's your favorite?
I I think my favorite has to be the burglar stepping on the ornaments.
Oh yeah, that one always hurts, the nail in the foot. My favorite, it's a simple one, don't even know if you call it a trap. When he gets hit with a brick, every time, it is just funny. But that is going to do it for us for SUTV News. I'm Adam Beam.
And I'm Victoria LaPrince. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News. And check out our website, sutvnews.org.
We'll see you next week, but for now, good night.